Colgan. Welcome to Direct TV. You are SQLMaria. You are Master Product Manager for the Oracle database.
That's
you
right.
travel the world, and you talk a lot about technology, and you have your focus topics. And today I want to talk with you about IT wars. And I'm glad to have an expert for wars here. Developers and DBAs have a history together with battling, and both are in sandwich positions. The DBAs are between the application and the infrastructure, and the developers are between the user and the database. So, out of this context, what's your favorite war story?
Oh, well, there are many over the years, for sure. But normally the guts of all of the war stories ends up being that the developers really just aren't using all of the great technology that's within the database that they should be. And I really see that as the role of the DBA to advocate for those features and functionality and get them to use it. But that's probably the common thread among all the war stories, is they're just not using the database as they should be. Yeah.
I am a DBA, and I want to hurt a developer badly. What can I do?
The easiest thing you can do is just don't speak to them. So if you don't share your wisdom of your understanding of the database and probably of the data model, you will probably know the layout of the data, the metadata about what you've got stored much better than the developer will. But so if you don't speak, if you don't share that, that's probably one of the best ways to hurt them. And also, of course, I guess it could be the misleading of the developer by not perhaps optimizing or tuning that system to help them with their application. So oftentimes the developer, when they're running their queries, are doing it on very small data sets. Everything runs fast. There's no indexes. None of the parameters have been tuned. But then you go into production with a much greater volume of data, and all of a sudden things are not fine. And so that's really where, if the DBA can be part of the development of the application and talking to those developers, they could say, actually, you know what, we're going to need an index or maybe a materialized view or some of the other features and capabilities of the database to help improve the performance when we get to that scale, kind of preempt the problem. But if you don't talk, or you sit back and don't help them in that way, then definitely you can harm the developers a lot. Yeah.
So my lesson learned is don't talk to them and complain afterwards.
Oi, that's not the lesson. The lesson is supposed to be to communicate, but sure. Yeah.
Okay, the other way around. I'm a developer and want to hurt a DBA back in return. What's your advice?
So many good things you can do as a developer to upset your DBA, none of which you should be doing, but so again, don't communicate. Don't tell the DBA what it is you're trying to do. Don't use MIND variables in any of your SQL statements, remembering all the great words of wisdom Tom Kite has always been trying to tell developers for years. Forget all of that. So no MIND variables. Do all your joins in the application code. Just extract the data. Use the database as a bit bucket. All of those things will be things that can really
Nested
annoy
queries.
annoy your DBA intensely. Yeah. Refuse to use any of the built-in capabilities that could help accelerate and improve your application performance, for sure.